Hey guys, it's Quentin. We're going to go over the Relative Strength Index, or the RSI indicator. It's one of the most commonly used indicators out there, I'd say, or one of the most common used indicators. It's something I use in almost all my trading, and it's really easy to use. It's a really powerful tool. There's some more advanced things to it, but I mean, just for the basics to understand how it works, it's really easy. So we're going to go over it really quickly here. Also, we're going to talk about bearish and bullish divergences and how you can use them in your trading. All right, so I am on Bitcoin to the US dollar. I'm on a daily chart right now on TradingView. So what we want to first do is just pull up the indicator, go to indicators here, click indicators, and type in RSI. We have relative strength index right there. You click on that. And here comes the indicator right here underneath the price. I'm going to go to the settings right here, click on settings, and with the input, I'm going to leave the 14 period. That's the default and it works pretty well. So leave that 14. And then the style, I'm going to change that to white so I can just view this line really clearly, the RSI line. And then there's the upper and lower bands, which are here at the 70 and 30 here. So depending on the color of your background, or you just would basically want to be able to see everything clearly. So you might want to play around with those settings on your side. All right, so we can see everything really clearly, and I click OK. All right, so what is the relative strength index? The RSI is a momentum oscillator. And really what it's trying to show, or what it shows, is strength and weakness in the price action. That's what we're looking for. As you can see here, it runs, so there's a range between 0 and 100 that this RSI line runs, or oscillates between. So the 0 and 100 oscillates between. Then there's a 70 line and a 30 line. Anything that is above, so anytime the RSI line gets above the 70, it's considered overbought. And anytime the RSI gets below the 30, it's considered oversold. That's the basic idea behind it. Now, there is a calculation. So we had when we actually brought up the RSI back here, the input 14, that's a 14-day or a 14 period average. So it's taking past data of the price and it's calculating it with a formula. I'm not going to get into the details of that. If you want to find out how it's calculated, you can go onto Google, type in RSI, and they'll give you the calculations for that. But you know what? The software does it for us, so I'm not worried about that. Just wanted to let you know how it's calculated. So it comes from past data. Now, so that's the basic understanding. We get overbought. Right here, for example, we have overbought region, and we can see that we're kind of exhausted. There's too much buyers that have come into the market, and there's going to be some kind of retracement. And as you see here, we have a nice pullback right here after we were overbought, and then we were oversold. Let's go back here for another good example. We were oversold here, and the buyers came in and pushed the price back up. So almost think of it like when it gets overbought or oversold, it's like the momentum is starting it's losing momentum, the price itself, and there's going to be some kind of retracement. Now that's the basic idea behind it. Now it doesn't always work like that with any indicator that you're going to use out there. Any indicator or strategy is not 100% foolproof. That's why we always have to find confluence in all of our trades. We have to use multiple indicators and multiple strategies, whether we're looking at the price action, whether we're looking at Elliott waves, Fibonacci. These are things I talk about in my other videos, but you just don't trade based on the RSI. All right, so that's the basic understanding. It doesn't always follow this 100%, but there is something that is a lot more accurate, and it's something that this is one of the main ways I use relative strength, the relative strength index indicator, okay? And that is bullish and bearish divergences, all right? So I'm gonna go down to the 4-hour chart right here, and I'm gonna show you exactly what this is and why it's so good. So let's start with a bearish divergence. All right, so as you can see here, we had this nice little bull run right here. We have some price here that we have a high and then we have a higher high. So you can see the price just getting higher, correct? And then right here, we have the RSI gets this peak right here with the RSI, it's up almost to 90. And it relates to this peak in the price. But you see the second peak, the second high here is a lower high in the RSI. So it's not getting that same high as we are with the price. And we're losing momentum. That's what it's indicating to us. It's indicating that even though the price is getting higher, the RSI is not getting higher. It's going in the opposite. It's getting lower. We're seeing lower highs, that there's going to be some type of reverse and we're losing momentum in the price, and there's going to be a reversal of the price. That's what it's indicating. Now, when I see something like this, this is something I immediately, I trade with this a lot, and it works once again with other indicators, with other strategies, finding confluence in your actual trades themselves. But this, when you start to see some bearish or bullish divergences, that is something that I immediately take a look at, and I know at some point there's going to be some kind of pullback or retracement. That's what I'm thinking when I see something like that. Where it's going to be, how I'm going to enter that trade, those are, I'll show you in other videos how you can do that, but that's what makes trading hard. If it were obvious where you make the trade, but we find confluence, we find other ways that we go into the actual position itself, okay? So that being said, that is the basic idea of a bearish divergence. Now, what is a bullish divergence? That's the direct opposite. So for example, we have the price coming down, okay? And we have a low and then a lower low here. So the price just keeps on getting lower. But as you can see here, we have, with the RSI, we have a low and a higher low. Okay, so now this is a bullish divergence. When I see this in the 4-hour, I'm definitely thinking by this point, when I see the RSI completely losing the same momentum as the price, it's changing the direction. It can't get those same lows. I'm immediately beginning to think there's going to be a change in direction. So once again, with other indicators, with other strategies, I'm thinking about putting in a long position at this point. So it's a pretty solid way to get an idea of when things are going. And you can find these all through the pull up Bitcoin or pull up any crypto or even any asset. You can use this on any asset. And you can see this consistently happening, especially on the higher time frames. As you get lower, it's harder to get the same with any indicator. Indicators always are working better on higher time frames. So you can use them on a 15. I use this even to day trade and to scalp. I use this technique. So let's see here once again. So here's a bullish divergence. Let's just go on all these pivots right here. So we have a high and then a higher high. And then right here we have a high and a lower high with the RSI. And then we have a nice reversal in the direction. And over here, okay, so we're coming down with the price. We have a low here, a lower low, and then we have a nice divergence like that, a nice bullish divergence. So this could be used not only, once again, on the 4-hour daily or the 1 hour, you can use it on all the time frames. Take a look at it, practice with yourself to see when the price actually changed directions with the bullish or bearish divergence. It's once again, RSI is something I use almost in all my trading, and it's something that I'm always looking at it. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please leave a comment below. Also give a thumbs up and follow my channel, as well as put on the alerts. We're gonna have some more videos here soon and talk to you guys soon. All right, take care.